Can't believe you're really gone. Don't feel like going home, so I'm gonna sit right here and drink a beer.
What's up guys, welcome back once again to Chris Aquariums. Things are hectic, I'm busy moving, it's 2 weeks to go, but as you know, I have a new tank, a new marine saltwater tank, and I'll be setting it up shortly. So before it's time to move, before I have to set it up, let me take you on a tour through the new tank. It is the Boyu 550 LT LED version, 128 liters, sump built into the back, heater, skimmer, overflow, UV sterilizer, and LED system lighting. So take a look at the tank. Can't wait for you guys to see it. I have so many plans on how to set this up. But before we do that, take a look at the tank. So this is the tank, the Boyu 550 LT, the LED version. The tank space itself is 128 liters or 34 gallons. As you can see, it's a glass bottom and it has a form of plastic on the back which has an adhesive surface so that corals and coralline can grow on it. The tank has a sump system which is built into the back, so let's take a trip through the back and see how the sump and the equipment works. First thing of course is the overflow. All of the food and the sediments will be blown up by the pumps into this overflow system and enter into the filtration in the back. The first chamber is for the mechanical media such as this. I'm also going to be putting some filter floss on top of this so it'll catch everything that I can remove and replace, and this I can clean out maybe once every 6 months. That's the plan anyway. After it's gone through the mechanical filtration, it goes underneath the gap at the bottom and comes up in the next chamber, which is the skimmer. This is the tank skimmer in the second chamber of the sump. Obviously, as per all skimmers, the water gets drawn in through the bottom. The air gets pumped in through this tube, sucking in from outside, and creates a vortex of bubbles, of which the organic matter gets trapped in the skimmate, the bubbles, and overflows into this cup at the top. That cup can then be cleared out, and that's the organics taken out of the tank. There's a lot of space under the skimmer as well, and I'm considering putting some biological or mechanical filtration there as well. So once it's been skimmed, the remaining water goes through to the bottom and is pumped out into the next chamber. Once the water is pumped out of the skimmer, it then goes into the biological filtration chamber. Right here is where the beneficial bacteria is grown and harvested and stays and is used to remove the ammonia from the water, as well as any other chemical processes you want, like carbon or phosgard. I will be adding some biological filter media to this, which I'm taking out of the old tank, just some more ceramic rings, and depending on the need of the tank, there's plenty I can add in this chamber. I'm also considering at some point to possibly do a refugium with a bit of Kato and an LED strip on the top of the lid, but we'll see at the demand and what goes on in time. Then once it's passed through the biological filtration, there's a gap at the bottom which takes it into the final chamber. This is an important chamber that houses quite a few things. The first thing here is the heater. As you can see, I've already preset it to 26 degrees Celsius, and this will heat the water before it goes into the tank. Then at the bottom you can see the return pump. Obviously this is the pump that pumps the water back into the tank, in doing so rising the level of the water in the display tank enough so that it goes right back over the overflow and circulates the water, obviously culminating in the filtration process. So that's the return pump right at the bottom, which leads up to this. This here is a UV sterilizer. Inside this chamber there's a UV bulb, and as the water passes through it, the UV kills a lot of harmful organisms which might be in your tank. So we're talking diatoms, we're talking pests, parasites, even waterborne forms of algae. Now I hear mixed reviews about UV, especially at this size. It may or may not do too much or what it's supposed to do, but it can't hurt, and anything that it does do will be beneficial to the tank. So the filtration of the tank is what we need to keep the water at its optimum parameters, to remove any waste and to keep the system clean for the fish and the creatures and the inhabitants in it. However, they do still need food, and in a reef tank, at least when it comes to corals, a lot of that comes down to the lighting. Now on the Boyu 550 LT, it uses an LED system. The previous system used to use T5s, but as time goes on, LEDs are taking over that role. So as you can see here, we have 8 white LEDs and 4 blue LEDs together to make the lighting on the system. Behind here, which you can't see, is also a air ventilation system, drawing in from outside and using it to cool the LED lighting system, a system that's already built into the lid of the tank. These are pretty powerful lights. Apparently they can be used to grow softies, LPS and SPS. Not super sure about that, but I won't be doing SPS anytime soon, so these will definitely take care of the job. So let me turn them on and show you what we're working with. The switches are on the back of the lid, which I'll be showing you now, but let me show you these lights. So these are the blues, and these are the whites. I'm not really sure how to stop the disco effect, so we won't stay on that too long. Every light works independently, and you can have either whites or either blues or a mixture. Let's see if I can do this next part with one hand. So you can see the lid opens up. A little dusty. So as you saw, the lid can move up and be pushed back behind the tank for easy maintenance. So the top of the tank is pretty simple. This is the feeding opening right here. These are the vents where the air gets drawn into the cooling system for the LEDs, and these are the switches for the lights. White on the right, blue on the left, and a mixture of the two. Lastly, it does have a stand. Couple of cabinets on the side to put your fish food, your dosing, etc. Not the most comprehensive stand, and I may build my own one in time to come, but it'll definitely do the job for now. And that's it, guys. That's the Boyu 550 LT, my new saltwater tank that I'm going to start setting up from the 1st of September. I'm really excited. This is a really good 5-year tank, maybe more, and I can't wait to start setting it up. And that is the tank. I'm so excited. It's been absolute torture because I've had it sitting there empty, waiting to be used for like a month now, and I still have 2 more weeks to go, but that means it's only 2 more weeks until we start setting it up. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you for checking out the tank, and I can't wait to get it set up and get started. So if you want to see more of this, like the video, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see the journey and to follow along, and I'll see you next time, as always, on Chris Aquariums.